I'm still at 4K. We're at native 4K, so no DLSS or frame generation. Everything maxed out. So everything's set to the highest or high. Let's see what FPS we get here. So definitely quite a big drop down from earlier on in the game from what I've seen. 65 here. And this is without ray tracing as well, because there is no ray tracing in this beta. So with ray tracing on, probably drop another 10 to 15 FPS, which that is really not too good. Seeing over 18 gigs of VRAM, which is pretty nuts. The only consolation, I think, is power doesn't look that bad. 400, just over 400. Compared to other games I've played, at least. Gonna go for this thing. Getting dips under 60 there now. All 59. That too, and then even the lows are actually not too bad. 35. I did have a little bit of a stutter back there. So I get off. Get off and fight like a man. How do I get my sword out? Gonna take a look with DLSS on, so if I do it really quick, put DLSS on here, so go DLSS, put it to quality, see how we do. So that's given us about 10 to 20 FPS. It's not particularly amazing the amount of FPS it gives. Pretty much standard, in line with what you normally get with DLSS quality. Hasn't done much for our VRAM though, 19 now. That's going to be terrifying seeing that after playing for a couple of hours. Quality's okay. I think if we start dropping it down, if I start dropping it down more than that, it's almost definitely going to start, I think, drop the usage pretty bad. What's performance like? Okay, it doesn't drop it too bad. 90%, it's not ideal. Rather see it, okay, there you go, 83%. It's going to cause more issues like that, I think. Probably not the best thing to use. Where did it go? Oh. Okay, so if I'm going to switch it back to quality, but I'm going to check it out with frame generation on now. So if we put that on there, see how we do with that. There you go, 120. So that's quite a big increase. We had a 70 to 80 with DLSS quality. We're seeing up to almost my refresh rate, 144, pretty much at that. But VRAM now has crept up to over 20 gig. Just gets more and more absurd. I saw on the benchmark tool, I saw 25 at one point. Because I ran it a couple of times. And after like the third time, it was at like 25. I think overall frame time doesn't look too bad, does it? Definitely a bit choppy, but I've probably had maybe one or two really big visual stutters that I've actually been able to tell. Outside of that, it's not been that bad. I can't see anything. Hit him. So I'm currently at 1440p, native, so no DLSS or frame generation. We've still got everything maxed out, set to high. Seems like we're going to get about 100 FPS by the looks of it, which is quite a big difference to 4K, like 30 or so FPS, 30 to 40 FPS, which is quite a big difference. But VRAM's still a problem to get that VRAM down. And even then, I think it'll probably creep up again the more you play. Definitely shouldn't be set at almost 20 gig at 1440p. That definitely seems like a problem. Hey! Still going to have some GPU issues, I think. GPU usage issues. Especially at 1440p. The more you drop the resolution, I think the more it's going to come down. Not really seeing it go above 95, 96% now. You go 90%, 93%. So yeah, still at 1440p, but if I switch DLSS on and we'll check it out at quality, what does that do? Gives us maybe... Doesn't really give us much FPS, to be honest, does it? Maybe 10 FPS on average it's going to give us. Like I was saying earlier, I think you start switching DLSS on when you've got this lower GPU usage. I just saw 82% usage there. It's going to cause more problems switching DLSS on. So if I switch DLAA on now, have a look at that at 1440p. Definitely looks better than having it on DLSS quality there. This usage here though, 84%, 80%, 76%. 69%, what the hell? If you've enjoyed this video, click one of the videos on the screen now to see me testing more GPUs, and I'll catch you next time.